This is an ancient drum. This hasn't been heard in our culture for 200 years. I have to say, I'm very shy about calling myself a shaman. The word we use at home is called tohunga. In 1908, our government made the Tohunga Suppression Act, where it was illegal for us to practice being shaman. I acknowledge my grandfather, I acknowledge my great-grandfather, who went underground and kept the traditions alive. With that, we were forbidden to practice our culture. So we've got a massive gap. Since the revival of our culture, we've got a massive gap of re-healing and filling in that gap. But thankfully, for those who refused to listen to the government at that time, held our traditions. The drum, the pahu, a Māori drum, many people who are from New Zealand don't actually know that we had a drum in our culture. The drum was taken from us. It went underground, and then a group of us in the last 20 years have recovered and brought back our drum. But it's also a symbol of us bringing back our traditions and ceremonies which strengthen our spirit. I challenge you all that those ceremonies are missing in your lives, no matter what race, what culture you are. And I challenge you all to redefine and refine those ceremonies within yourself to bring back and re-strengthen that pillar of your spirituality. I acknowledge your spirit for that. Each one of you has brought a sacredness into this whare, into this house. This house is slowly being built right now because of you being here. There's a sacred house that's actually got 4 pillars and a roof which you have made through your spirituality and your sacredness. We call you waiwai tapu, sacred feet. Each one of you has brought a sacredness into this room. What is that sacredness? We call it tapu. The sacredness that you brought into this room is your ancestry, for number 1. You can't get away from the nose of your grandmother. You can't get away from the instincts of your uncle, even though you may want to. Each thing in you, intrinsically in you, is your genealogy, your whakapapa. You can't get away from it, and you've brought that, and you represent those people who put you in this world, going right back, are sitting on your shoulders right now. And within this particular house that we're establishing, I must acknowledge ngā tini tūpuna ko haere ki te pō, all those ancestors that you brought in with the room with you, that are walking behind you, walking beside you and surrounding you. You can't get away from it. You're not just here for yourself in this world. There was a purpose. One of our ceremonies during that is the Hongi. The Hongi is where you press noses. Within that process, your spirit becomes at one with the person that you're greeting in total unconditional love. You breathe their first breath of air. You share your air with them. And you step back. And this is, please not judgmental, in the spirituality of our world, I have noticed that there's a ceremony that's been missing in the Western world. We talked about te manawa, the heart. The heart pumps the physical blood around your body and gives you that physical health and well-being. The whatu manawa, the 3 hearts that we have. The whatu manawa, your eye, which is your 3rd eye that looks into your spiritual world. We call it whatu manawa. It's been called whatu manawa in our culture for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years. We knew of the spiritual eye. Our children walk around with the spiritual eye. The pū manawa comes from your umbilical cord. It's your connection to Mother Earth. The placenta that you fed on is called whenua. The Māori word we call the placenta is whenua. If I translate whenua, it's land. What has happened is, I think in the Western world we've been disconnected from Papatūānuku, Mother Earth. I have seen in my work in health, the placenta is thrown down the chute and often given away. Within our culture, our placenta is one of the most treasured possessions of being a baby. It's taken out and put into under a sacred tree in our family.